This is as professional as we're gonna get right now. I feel this is like solid, man.
I love the mic.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so welcome to the Caliente Chat. I think it's the episode 12. And today we have, as usual, Jenny, myself, and then we have two guests, Nick and Vivi.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Today, so welcome to the podcast. It's very good for us to have you.
First time we did an afternoon podcast where everybody could barely wake up.
Yes. Thank you guys for accommodating.
Actually, nighttime should be quite good.
Hence the coffee,
Night.
people.
It was supposed
Nighttime
to be,
it will be
it was supposed to be
alcohol, yeah?
5 p.m., 5, 6 p.m.
Okay. So just remember to always speak to the mic. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that
okay.
we can hear you, or else it's a bit echoing.
Right. Okay.
So maybe we can start by introducing yourself. We'll start with Vivi. You want to
Hi,
tell?
I'm Vivi. So I'm half of the director of NV Dance Official. Yeah, very nice to meet everyone. Yes, thank you for inviting us.
So Vivi, you are from Singapore.
Yes, I'm from Singapore.
Yes, and do you have another job than dancing?
Daytime job, I'm a piano teacher, a
Piano
music
teacher.
teacher. Yes, so at night I teach dancing.
Okay. And Nick?
Oh, I'm Nick. I am the other half of the NV Dance Official.
Are you the better half?
I am no. We are equals. We are 50-50. I'm better looking.
That's not true. I think Vivi is the better half.
No, it depends on the day and the weather.
Depends on the day. Yeah.
Day and weather.
Sometimes I have good hair days and like I just
Good
I
lighting.
feel like I feel like I look better.
Yeah,
Then I
good
see her.
lighting.
Then I see her at the mirror just like. But yes, job-wise, I do have a full-time job. From 9 to 6, I'm a software developer. And
So
then
specific, 9 to 6.
9 to 6. After 6, no more work. And then
9 to 6.
9 to 6. And then I teach dance in the evening, like her.
And Singaporean as well?
Singaporean as well, born and bred here.
All right. Okay, so maybe we start from the very beginning of your dance journey. Talking about, how did you get into dancing? How did it all started? Maybe Vivi can.
For me,
Yeah.
so I've got a tiger mom. So since I was 3, my mom was like plan everything for me. So it's like, learning the piano, the swimming, the dance, the draw, everything, right? Singapore tiger mom. Yeah, that's how I got into ballet, dancing. Okay, so I started dancing first. And then after that, when, you're wearing those tutu and then you start dancing, and then I saw this thing called the piano. So at that time, as a little kid, the grand piano was like super big. I was like, okay, so if all the dancers is following that pianist, I want to learn that instead.
Oh,
Then
wow.
my mom said, let's learn both. So that's how I got into,
It's
yeah.
not either or.
It's
You do
both.
Yeah, you do both. You definitely can make time. So that's what my mom says, yeah.
So
So but if you
tiger.
talk about salsa bachata, it's way later. So when I just started work, so one of my friends was saying like, oh, you want to, go try salsa, but I thought it was food. So first time I was like, go try salsa.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, why not? Yeah. So I went to the studio. Am I able to say the
Yeah,
studio?
of course, of course.
It was 2 Left Feet.
Two left
So
feet,
the
yeah.
first studio that I actually got up was 2 Left Feet. Yeah. So I saw Jean, but she was having trial class. So I waited at the counter for a while, and then nobody attended me and my friends.
Was
like,
Jean and
what was the? What was another
sister?
name?
This is beyond my era.
So they were
beyond
having
mine
this,
also.
they were having this trial class. So nobody attended to us and was like, okay, why don't you try another one? And we went to JJ.
Because Jean was more. Jean was more into Zouk, right?
Oh no, that time she was
At that
teaching
time she was doing
salsa.
salsa.
Yeah,
Okay,
she was
okay.
doing salsa. That's
So then you went to JJ with Jackson
yeah.
and
Yeah,
Juno.
then I saw, so the first person I saw was, how Jackson looks like, right?
Yeah.
At the counter, and he's always smiling, so welcoming. I was like, this is the studio. yeah, that's how I got
Okay, so
started.
Jean, you hear that? Like Vivi could have been yours.
I know, you're just busy,
Just saying.
And you started with salsa.
Yes,
Like
I
salsa
started
was the
with
first.
salsa. That's right.
All right. What about you, Nick? How it all started?
Oh my god. Okay, it's very simple. Right? A lot of people have asked me this question. So it started when I came out of NS. All right. Okay, and then I went to uni. So I had this
So
idea.
national service.
National service, correct? Yeah, national service, right? So I had this idea that university has to be different, right? Because I spent the early years of my life, young adult life, playing games, IT, right? Playing games and just generally not wanting to do anything too overt, All right. And then when I went to uni, I was like, okay, things have to change. Okay, I have to meet girls. Because coming out of NS, you're just with guys, right? I've seen enough guys to last me for like 2 lifetimes already, right? So I was like, okay. I mean, I have to find a way to meet girls.
Enough friends. I have enough friends.
Yes. Okay, and I was like, okay. I was checking out the CCA recruitment week, right? So every uni has this like week where all the clubs showcase, right, to kind of get members for themselves. So I was looking around, and then I saw some people socialing. So I didn't know it was social at the time, but I saw them dancing together as a partner work dance. I was like, oh, this is a pretty cool thing, right? Because it looked fun, and it looked like you get to meet a lot of girls, right? So I signed up for that, and that was the NTU Salsa in Sync dance club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I went for the auditions. Apparently, they needed guys typically for salsa clubs, right?
That's
So
true.
yeah, then I joined, and turns out I really enjoyed the dance, like a lot. Like the girls part became secondary,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Yeah. So the
So was it at like you started your first class and then you immediately like it?
I loved it. Like
Okay, like
yeah,
it was like-
I went for the trial class and I loved it. Like it was fun. I enjoyed the music.
It was not the hands that you held.
I'm not
It was
saying
not the
that.
girls that
That's
was rotating.
that was your words, not mine. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with that. But
So was it salsa? Or
it was
bachata?
salsa. It was salsa. Bachata came a lot
Surely,
later, like 4 years later. But I started with salsa first. Like I like the social aspect of it. Like it was fun.
Were you doing any sport before, or like
No, like
football, basketball?
football. I mean, football at void decks when I was secondary school, I
Yeah.
guess. But I was never a sporty person. You know, I'm not very tall, so basketball was out. I don't have long legs, so soccer was out. You know, like it's just not
You
meant
see,
to be. Just-
Messi is like,
Yeah, you have to be.
come on, man. He's
nothing
like
to do with
the
length
best
of
player in the
legs.
world. Is
my
like,
lungs are small, so I don't have his lungs.
okay,
as
so
well.
you
sports
didn't
was
like
just-
you didn't like it, okay?
Yeah. It just wasn't for me. But dance just resonated, right? Because okay, so I used to play the drums.
Okay.
I used to play the drums when I was in secondary school, part of military band, right? And you know, I like that I was able to understand music. I was able to enjoy being part of the music. But I realized, you know, like going outside, you can't always bring drumsticks, and there's not always like drums around you. So even if
Yeah.
you want to vibe, you can't do it, right? But for dance, it's nice because the instrument is your body, right? So you get to express whenever you want to, and I feel that was a huge draw factor as well to me joining dance.
Okay. So how was the scene at that time when you started? In terms of social dancing, but like social dancing every day of the week, or it was once a week? or-
Actually, not much of a difference though. It's just that it's a lot more salsa than bachata. That's the biggest difference.
When you were 2 Left Feet, they were just only doing salsa.
I'm not sure yet because
Oh,
at that time, I'm not sure. I just went there, but it's just to do salsa.
JJ also mainly salsa. that
Mainly
time.
salsa.
Oh, they had like
Yes.
merengue also.
They have merengue, they have cha-cha, but their biggest class, that most classes are always salsa.
Okay.
Okay,
Very
so
nice, yes.
and the social were like in the studios, or you are going
It's
out?
in the studio and also Union Square.
Union Square at that time.
Yeah. So because I remember my class is every Wednesday. So my first class after salsa, immediately you see all the people is like, oh, let's go Union Square, you know. Then first lesson of salsa, immediately I went social.
It's the drinks, right? It's the
No,
drinking.
I didn't drink.
Oh, you didn't drink?
I was not a drinker.
I was. Oh, you are now.
Was keyword here is was,
not a
right?
drinker. Yeah. I just went there purely. I'm the one that dance. I don't even sit down and drink much water. I just keep dancing. Those times.
Oh yeah, Union Square.
Yeah.
What about you? Social dancing. When did you start? Did you start like immediately? Or?
No.
Oh.
It took me a while. Like because I joined a performance team first, right?
Yeah.
So performance is easy, right? You know exactly what to do. So social didn't come until I think a year after. And even then I remember my first social, I sat there for 2 hours and I left.
Oh.
I did not. Yeah, I was terrified, right? Because I'm just sitting there and looking at people socialing. I'm like, I can't do
Where
that.
was your first social?
Emotion.
Emotion.
Yeah, so
You were still in university, or you just came out?
Still
just
in
for the
university.
social?
Still in university. And you know, like people are always encouraging you to go social, right? Because that's the aspect of social of salsa, social dancing,
There's
right?
a finality.
Yeah. So you go there, you sit down, and then the moment you go in, you see people dancing. Like, wow, they look so good. And then it stresses you out, right? Because the guys have to ask the ladies, and then after you see her dancing with this really awesome guy, you have no faith in yourself to pull off whatever the guy just did.
You know, yesterday
To
we
do
were
basic,
just
to do basic.
Right, for 3 minutes.
yesterday we were just in class. We were just telling like the new students like, you have to go social. You know, it's okay, it's fine. So and then you have to remember the first time when you go social, they're gonna sit there for 2 hours.
Sit there for 2 hours, just like, and then they walk off. Yeah. So I really understand how, you know, beginners are like, because it's terrifying, especially for
Let's
leads.
talk about this. I
Quite
think for guys, beginner, it's very difficult. We call it like the beginner hell.
Oh yeah,
Like
100%.
maybe a few months where you are, like, because you need to learn your basic, you need to learn your move, and you need to learn how to lead.
Yes,
And you need to
think.
impress.
And you need to
Impress. You feel the need to
entertain.
impress,
Yeah,
yes.
you feel the need to entertain.
Yeah.
Yes, for 3 minutes. It's the longest 3 minutes of your life.
So we always ask the guy that we invite, what were your technique to go through this phase?
Oh wow. So YouTube helped a lot. Like YouTube, I used to follow this YouTube channel. I forgot the name of the channel, but it had a lot of simple moves that the guy explained it very well, and I would always practice with my fellow dance mate from the team. Right, we would always try out new moves. And be like, okay, we're gonna try this move today and see how it works.
Okay.
You know, and that's how it starts, right? Like it's fun because you get to see something new, you get to try it on the dance floor and see if it works. You know, and yeah, I think that kickstarted something in me that there was something fun to try every time, and it got me more comfortable because, you know, you could also dance with your teammate, which is a lot less stressful. Yeah. So I got lucky in that aspect that I had people to practice with.
Yeah, so that's what we say, bring someone that you are familiar with from your class or your team,
Yes,
and then practice in social.
100%. Like
I think
it makes
that's
things
one,
less stressful.
Yeah,
It does.
I think that's a good advice.
And
And how you survived 3 minutes of a song?
so
Do you still remember your first song?
I still remember my first
No,
song.
you remember
I remember my
first
first
person you
dance.
danced
with your, not with your classmates, like, but with
Absolute Stranger, yes. I still remember. Yeah, I forgot her name already, right? But I remember apologizing for half the song because I ran out of moves.
Oh,
right?
sorry.
I had like moves for like 30 seconds and I was done, right? And then I was just basically, I was thinking, oh no. I kept apologizing because like, I'm sorry, I ran out of moves. I ran out of moves. And some of the songs are long, right? So like, it's not just 3 minutes, it's 4 or 5 minutes. And you just apologize for the rest of it. And after a while, you know, you go back, you start to think about it, and then you next time you come, you just try a little more. You know, from 30 seconds, you go to 35 seconds, and then you slowly increase the repertoire that you have. You know, but it's terrifying. Like no joke, because I remember she just danced with this really good guy, this tall guy, and but I was like, okay, she looks friendly, she smiles. Okay, so ladies, right, like, make it easier for the beginner leads. Smile. Like it helps a lot. Yeah, if you don't smile, it's terrifying. It's
Yeah,
like,
it is.
My
I think it
30 seconds just becomes like 10 seconds because I'm so stressed out.
I think for follow is easier, right? It's like, for example, after my first class, I can go because I realized the more you tell the leaders that, oh, I'm just a beginner, the more people ask you to dance because they want to practice their move.
Yes. 100% because they know you. They know
you don't judge them.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like perfect. It's like,
Perfect.
they'll feel like anything that they do is going to impress the beginner. So
Yeah, true.
it's easier for the ladies.
Yes.
So let's talk about the ladies then. So it's easier because you don't have to lead, right? Basically. So, but were you kind of impressed by the
Yeah, you're impressed
more
by
advanced dancers?
Yeah, you're
and
impressed
scared
by,
dancing with
by
them?
everything, actually. Everything
It's not hard to.
Everything impresses you. It's like, wow. Or even if you know some advanced dancer lead you to moves that you never learned before, and suddenly you feel like, whoa, I could do that. You know, then you're impressed with yourself. You're impressed with the leaders as well. You're having a great time.
Yes.
So.
Yes. This helps. This self-reinforcement thing.
There was this girl that I think she left the post before. That was like quite late into my dancing career already. She was like saying that, thank you for leading me into like moves that I never knew that I could do. So she was very suitably impressed, right? And I was like, oh, when I was younger, I was like, this works too.
Yes.
But were you more like interested in dancing with someone that could dance, or you were okay to dance with like
Actually, you're okay
beginners?
to dance with anybody.
Anybody?
Because at that time, you're at this period where you're like a sponge, right? You want to absorb as much as possible. You're just happy to be dancing non-stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I've been dancing. So that time, it's always like 3 salsa to 1 bachata, or even 4, 5 salsa to 1 bachata. I don't even want to sit out for the bachata. So I was dancing salsa all along, and the only time I sit down is bachata. So I stood up. I went to ask, what dance is this? Then they were like, oh, this is bachata. I know that's where the salsero rests.
That's the salsa rest.
Then I was like, I don't want to rest. I said, I don't want to rest. I want to learn because I don't want to sit down. That's how I started bachata.
But how do you feel about
That's a good one.
bachata the first time you danced it?
The last time that bachata was okay. Was the bachata at that time was they don't have so much embrace position, like complicated move. It was very straightforward. Yeah, so I was thinking, oh, it should be pretty easy to pick up, and the songs were nice. The songs are still nice. Yeah.
Okay. Has it ever occurred to you that you're going to end up specializing in it
No.
one day?
No, never given a thought. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to dance salsa all the way. Yeah.
Now you
So-
rest during salsa.
No, I rest all the time now.
And Vivi, were you also part of a performance team as well, or you were just like learning?
Yes. So I learned everything I could. So I'm always asking like my instructor, oh, what's the next step? What's the next thing I do? So after I finished, I learned the merengue, I learned the cha-cha, I learned everything. So that time my instructor, which is Jackson, so saying like, oh, why don't you try the student team? Oh, then after that, why don't you attend festival? Yeah, so that's how I got into performance.
Okay.
Oh.
So through student team. And then how did you move to becoming teachers?
Oh wow, teachers. So this is interesting, right? Like it also circles back to how I started bachata, because the studio. Okay, so this is the name, right? And so in motion. So I joined in motion after I graduated, right? And then okay, wait. I'm gonna hold first. Okay, so I'm gonna restart, right? Okay, so okay, you're gonna cut it, all right? Okay, so NTU and Sing was part of Emotion back then, right? And then after I graduated, I joined Emotion. Okay, but I wasn't a teacher yet, so I just joined as a part of the performance team, right? And then bachata was growing at the time, and I still haven't learned proper bachata. And one day, Gary decided to ask me like, okay, do you want to teach? And do you want to teach bachata? And I was like, oh no, I don't know what bachata is. I only know the basic steps.
Oh.
And it's like, okay, you're just gonna learn it, and like from YouTube or something. I'm gonna teach you a little, and then you're gonna teach it. So basically for my first bout of teaching, I taught bachata knowing only the basics.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I started. And because you're a teacher, right? Like you feel like you need to know it more. So that's why you practice more, you delve into it more, and that's how that's how my journey in bachata started, because I had to really like grind myself through.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. You need to understand exactly how it works, right?
Correct. In order to teach it effectively, you don't want to be the guy that just smokes through the whole class, right? And then and then people will start to wonder, hey, do you really know? Because they will ask questions. Students are very inquisitive, which is good, because some things that you don't know, it forces you to think about it, and then you do better the next time, right? So I feel that's how I started with teaching, and that's why I truly enjoy teaching, because I don't just teach. I learn from the students as well. They ask you questions you don't know. That's the hole in the mind that you need to fill, right? And I think it's a really good part of my learning journey as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you, Vivi, how did you?
I think it was from Emotion as well. So I was learning everything from JJ, and then there was one time one of my friends said, oh, let me introduce you to Gary from Emotion, because at that time Gary is like almost a pioneer of doing bachata, where everyone was doing salsa at that time. So I was learning bachata. So my friend was like, let me introduce you Gary from Emotion. And then while she was saying it, Gary was walking. We met at a coffee shop, because at the time JJ and Emotion is just very, very nearby, right? It's close by. So we crossed the street, and I actually saw Gary at the coffee shop. So that's where I get to know Emotion. So from there, I started to take more bachata classes and joined their bachata student team for Emotion. So that's where I started. Then I continued taking classes, and then after that, Gary was asking if, okay, do you want to take up like instructorship? So I don't think I would say that I'm teaching, but I started off as an assistant to the existing instructor in bachata, which is that time Eddie was there. Yeah, Eddie was there.
Eddie was doing bachata?
No, Eddie was doing salsa. Then Ahmad, Max,
Yes.
a resident.
He was doing Zouk, right? that
No,
time?
not yet. He was doing bachata first. So he was actually a very popular instructor at that time at Emotion. So I was like assistant to Ahmad. Yeah, that's where I learned. So you learn by being an assistant first, and yeah, that's
So
how I
usually
got
for
started.
ladies, you learn by assisting. But for guys,
Guys,
You need
because
to-
we have to talk right
Yeah,
with
you
the
have to
lead,
talk
right?
more
But
as the
I
lead.
did.
you
So
do
my
some
first
shadowing, right? Or
Yeah, just shadowing. So my shadow. No, I was shadowing Cecilia. So she was my first ever.
Oh, Cecilia.
Yeah. And Cecilia helped me a lot. Like because she was the more seasoned one, right? So whenever I didn't know something, like she would cover for me, and that's how I would learn. Like the concepts and everything. Like because she was the most inside. Sometimes you can't learn everything just from watching. Like you need to explain it, and then the more seasoned instructors would know because they've been through it.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you went to Emotion first, or Vivi went to Emotion first?
Actually, we're
In terms of like
Same
Actually,
time.
almost the same time, but we just didn't meet each other.
Yeah,
Maybe
she started at
in
JJ, I
different
started at
time.
NTU, right? So different paths
I
to
mean,
the same place.
Teaching wise.
I think she started teaching.
I started teaching just like half a year.
I think she started teaching first. I remember she was an instructor already. Yeah. I was still the wide-eyed newbie.
I rarely see him. I think you only come on certain days.
No, I didn't even
Right?
know you existed for the first 4 years, to be honest, because you were so quiet.
4 years.
No, it's true. I no because
Cannot be.
no, because Vivi is
No,
very
because
quiet.
he seldom
Every-
come to Emotion. Actually, in Emotion, I saw so many people, but I rarely see Nick.
I
Yeah.
thought we had like teams.
No, but that was way
Team
back then.
training.
That was
way
before.
back then.
Yeah,
That's
that was
way back then.
That was
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, way
So at
back
that
then.
time, but you were doing performance as well at Emotion, where
Yeah,
you were teaching.
performance as well.
And you also, right? But not the same.
No, I
team.
think NTU is NTU.
NTU is NTU.
Ah,
different. Yeah,
okay,
I
okay.
only joined
Emotion is Emotion.
the Emotion performance team. I only joined after I graduated. Otherwise, I was mostly the NTU.
Yeah, the university team.
I only
yeah.
saw him after he graduated. If not, everything, whatever is in NTU is in NTU.
Was
Rarely
there
in
like,
Emotion.
were there the Sunday trainings last time?
Oh God.
For me,
With
there
the-
is
with
Sunday
the duty
training.
roster.
Yeah, for me.
Oh yeah,
yes.
no. Back then, yeah. When we
Yeah,
joined, there
for
was
me, yes.
the cleaning duty. I remember the cleaning duty. Then you got a vacuum, and then some people love cleaning the toilet. I realized.
Who?
Michelle Wu.
Love clean. What?
She loved it. Yeah. She would like, I'll clean the toilet, and then she will close the door and just spend like half an hour in the toilet, and it'll be clean. Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
okay,
So,
okay.
yeah, certain things like keep in mind, and people just love cleaning the toilet.
I don't know.
Some
I think
people.
it was me and Rabin. We love to clean the mirrors.
Okay.
I think mirrors.
It was the mopping of the floor that nobody really wanted to do.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
And
true.
Nick was the one that always did the vacuuming, and then he would always get scolded because there was all the hair that was stuck in the roller, and he didn't remove a single one of them. So he started with
Continue.
with a
Continue.
started with a dirty vacuum and did nothing after he went through the whole studio.
I remember
The hairs were still there.
people will be doing push-ups and like the hair is just sort of like one clump on the ground and like, hey, whatever. Oh my god.
So
It's
so
only
that-
wayang, just wayang.
Is she?
So let's move on, guys. Let's move on. So you started teaching at Emotion.
Yes.
Then you stayed there for like some time, right?
Gosh.
Like 10 years.
10 years.
Something like
It's
10
10. I think it was a solid 10 years.
Solid 10 years.
Solid 10 years. Yeah. It was
Wow.
a long
so,
time. It was
so
a long
during
time.
those 10 years, you did a lot of I would say performance, right?
Mm.
With the team and all, right?
Did a lot. Yeah. Emotion was primarily really well known for the production level dances. Yeah, performances, right? So it wasn't never just one choreography. You know, Gary had this idea of a whole production where multiple performances would come together to form a part of a story, so to speak. Yeah, and I thought that was very unique, right?
I think that was much later. It started out with like single performances and
like
after that,
Aguani Lay and all that, right?
Then gradually he started to let's put a few performances together. Something like that.
Because he was inspired by royal family.
Oh, royal family, yes,
Yeah.
yes, back then,
That's when we started with the
So-
Odyssey.
yes.
That was much later.
Adelante, Adelanto.
2016.
Adelanto,
yeah.
yes.
Was this 2016, 17 or
17, I think,
17.
or 16, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, around there, yeah.
That was the one with the silver, like shiny basketball or whatever, right?
Oh my god, that was it. That was the one where we, that was the one where we did
partners
Gentlemen.
at the
Yes,
beginning,
yes,
right? I remember.
yeah.
Yes.
So we were suffering in the costume.
I still remember the cuts that I got from I was like, oh my goodness.
Well, yesterday I saw Jim. Remember Jim?
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah.
He came to Barrio like, for a drink. Then he was showing me Adelanto.
Oh, just yesterday. Wow.
last night.
Trip down memory lane.
I didn't see.
Like so-
Did he stay for socials?
No.
He didn't come at all. He was not here at all.
He's off dancing for something. Like he has a kid, got other priorities. But he was just passing by, and then
I
it's
see.
just funny that we talk about this today.
Good
So it
times.
was 2017. The video he showed me at
2017,
SILF.
That's correct.
SILF.
That's correct.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you think performance bring to you as a dancer?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
something that you think people should be doing, or like what's your
Right now, it's like I don't think you should be doing, but it's good to experience it if you're interested in performing, because not everyone is a performer, right?
Yeah.
So everyone learns dancing for different purpose. Sometimes just to social, the dancing is just a means to an end, just networking. And some people just love the connection, but there are people who really likes to be on stage. They're just natural performer, right? Yeah. So for those students, you know, you just want to try everything dance offer you. Yeah, you have to take up like performing, at least like a cycle of it or something. Yeah, then you can compare if you like social dancing more, or you like performance more.
But I guess it's not exclusive, right? I mean, you can do both.
Yeah,
But
you
I
can
was
do
more like
both.
asking, like, what do you think it brings to what are the advantages of doing a performance? Like some people they say that it brings more technique, more lines, posture. You think
But okay, if you're talking about dance aspect, then of course, if you're going to do performance, then you will scrutinize everything that you do.
yeah.
Right? If it's social dancing, it's more relaxed. But if you really want to, in a short period of time, you want to get better, then you have to try performance. Because
it's a
by
good way
looking at
to-
yourself all the time, you scrutinize every moves, and
Yeah.
you know what it takes to look good on stage. Yeah, so I think that's very important. That's what you learn fast, really quickly.
Yeah, performances, like I realized the way performers view dancing versus social dancers viewing dancing it's definitely different, right? Because I came from a performer first, then a social dancer. So for me, aesthetics was pretty important,
Yeah.
right? You look at yourself dancing, and then how you look versus how you feel, right? Sometimes it feels great. You always say that, right? It feels great. I was like, oh my, that was amazing. And then you look at yourself in the video, like, oh my god,
Like what the hell is going
yeah,
on?
what the hell was I doing, right? like whatever. It looked like it looked better in my head.
Yeah.
And it looked on the video. Yeah. So, but when you become a performer, right? A performer, you start to see, you start to know what all the little details that it takes to make you look slightly better. Like sloppy hands. Posture.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like even how your feet step, or as Vivi loves to say, the hips. The hips. Always the hips. These are like, the
Just
hips.
funny.
You move more. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he said it more than me to the ladies.
Yeah. So, yeah, but yeah, like all these things factor into, making yourself a better dancer. That performance is true; it's not for everybody, but it definitely helps. Like if you want to do Jack and Jills, or if you want to look good in videos, like having that performance experience will definitely benefit, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then obviously watching yourself, right? Like videoing yourself and watching.
Like
to see
be
what you're
real, you know, you really look at yourself.
Yeah.
And not like just how you feel. You know?
No, if you, you look
it
at it.
brings
like,
us to, you know, we judge Jack and Jill, right? From
Oh.
the outside, it doesn't look like anything, but from the inside, they maybe feel really, really good.
Yeah.
But from the outside, maybe you're not even stepping your basic properly, and you're not even doing connection, no connection, and all that. But you feel good.
Correct.
But then if it's performance, then we're going to make sure on the outside, the aesthetic, it brings entertainment to the audience. You know, it actually, you know, everything from the outside is good. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Sometimes it looks better than it feels. Sometimes it feels better than it looks. The point is to find the right balance. Yeah, because some some people, they show off too much, like on the dance floor. You know those people who just perform for the sake of perform in socials, right? And then they neglect the connection with the partner, and then you can see the partner just struggling, right? And
we always say like you don't perform on social dancing, you don't social dance on stage.
Oh yeah.
So it's really the opposite. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. True. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good formula.
That's true.
So yesterday you guys came out of the Jack and Jill,
Right.
So I was having a chat with some of the people that came out, and I guess one of the more common comments that people gave was like, oh, they didn't place because they have a very, I would say, beginner partner. Okay, so I would guess the question for both of you is how can they get better grades, I would say, you know, if they are very good social dancers, if they had a partner that they feel is not as good.
Oh, Vivi will answer this first. Vivi's Jack and Jill luck is amazingly.
Okay, I speak this like from experience.
she can say this one,
okay,
yeah.
from experience. So the first time I ever joined a Jack and Jill, I'm always partnering with leaders that is very overpowering. So okay, frankly speaking, I feel the leaders they should be more nervous and anxious compared to the followers, because like what Nick said, when you just started dancing, you learn how to lead, you listen to the music, you feel like you're doing everything, and then what you want is just a follower, just follow me, let me do everything.
Yeah.
But one thing about Jack and Jill is, you know, it's a two-way thing, right? So my luck for Jack and Jill is always like really strong guy, and then they feel like they need to lead every single thing, and they wouldn't let my hand goes, and I can't even do anything. Then now the most common thing that I told the leaders if I ever do Jack and Jill is like, let me help you, I can help you, you know, we can share this load. Yeah. But then coming back to the Jack and Jill now as judges, okay, the first round is we judge you individually. So if even if you have a very crappy dancer, immediately trust our experience. We know like whether you can dance or you can't dance. It's not because your leaders or your followers is doing a very bad job, therefore you don't get in. Yeah. But you need to trust the judges' experience. We can tell. So as long as you get into the finals, we're basically QCing all the dancers. If you get into the finals, your timing won't be that bad. You know, somehow you have a certain level, and then when you pair up, all you need to do is to build that chemistry within that, 2 to 3 songs.
So first round you judge individually?
Yeah, first round is always individually. Okay. So even if the leaders were leading you really, really badly, I'm watching your movement.
So if the lead has a bad timing and the follow the bad timing, so how you?
No, music is always number one.
So sorry.
Music is always number one.
Music, yeah.
Yeah, music always number one. So even if the leaders is really, really off time, you need to insist on stepping on time.
For the follower. So
yes,
that's what
for the follower. It's still possible to step on time.
Okay.
So in a way, kind of try to bring the lead into the
back. Yeah.
Yes.
So you want to lead back the guy to the right timing. Yeah.
Yes,
so
possible.
Yeah.
Unless there's domestic violence happening, which you haven't seen yet, but it's possible. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So who won yesterday, by the way?
Yesterday first place was Park, I think. Park and Polly.
Her name is Polly.
Polly. Then is Satish and Pavitra. She's from Melbourne. Yeah, and then third place was Florian and Jaden.
Was it the novice one yesterday?
Yesterday was a novice.
Nice,
yeah,
okay.
but for like in addition to the Jack and Jills, right? Like for the lead as well. Like sometimes you might be paired up with a beginner follower, right?
Yeah.
So for me, so she was talking about prelims, right? So preliminaries you get judged individually, but you always have that scenario where you go to finals, and then your partner might not be as strong because like even when you go to finals there are different levels.
Yeah, of course,
right.
yeah.
Correct. So for leads, right, I would always say, right, like if you're judged as a couple, work with your partner. If you know she's not capable of doing high level stuff, right, don't do it.
Really
right?
work with what you have.
Correct. Work
Yeah,
with what you
you-
have. Yeah, there are simple moves that you can do to still look good. Right? There are actually a lot of moves that you can do that can look good, that will make your partner look good. If you do all the crazy stuff, right, and your partner not capable of doing it, like it looks bad on you, it looks bad on your partner. So my advice actually to all the leads or the followers who are thinking like, why am I not placing because of I have a bad partner? No, like find moves that you can do nicely, right? That most people that is intermediate or beginner friendly. Like all these advanced moves, you leave it for like the top 10% of the dancers. If you feel they can do it, sure. But if you feel like they can't do it, time to ramp up your repertoire of easier to lead moves.
Also, if you think you can lead it.
If you think if you think you can lead it, like
Sometimes you think you can lead something,
you
but
think
you cannot.
yeah. So which comes to the
So
point
you
of
think you can lead.
correct, which comes to the point of dancing with beginners. Like the more you dance with beginners, the more it refines your lead, right? Because if you're able to lead a beginner into your move, you know that move you are done. It's solid. You can lead with anyone else. So always dance with beginners. Always. Like I love dancing with beginners because of that. It gets to test whether you're a good lead or whether it's because the follower knows the move.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
I think it happened a lot.
I think in order to be placed in Jack and Jill, I feel is the judges need to see you bring the best out of each other.
Yes.
And it's not like you're showing off your move whether as a follower or a leader. Because we can tell if you're trying to work with what you have. And then those who are being placed, let's say top five, are those couple that that they share the same energy and not one trying to outdo each other. And you can actually tell very clearly. So if you want to be placed, you might want to consider that.
Yeah.
So for those who, because I know that there's a lot of dancers that they like to do Jack and Jill. So what are the tips for them to train?
Train.
Yeah. Is there any? I don't do Jack and Jill anymore for like a very long time, so I'm not sure. But what training you think would be good for them?
Well, musicality.
Meet with people
Like-
or more social dance?
Yeah, definitely you need a social dancer.
Yeah.
You need to look at videos of yourself. You need to record yourself. You need to dance. You need to, like, I would say, try to figure out what is your core repertoire for Jack and Jills, right? Like, what looks good and can be executed like 99% of the time with any follower that you pair up with, because that's the random factor, right?
Yeah.
You can dance with a really good dancer, but you might not get her. But if that move works for 99% of the community, like that should be part of your repertoire, because like Vivi said, right, you work with if you work with your partner, it looks better. And yeah, like I think joining performance teams are also pretty
And obviously, you need to listen to music, right?
definitely.
More song to
Definitely.
know the song and
Definitely.
where the accents are coming and this and that, right?
Yeah.
The one for leaders, I think for followers, you really got to take classes. Yeah.
For the
and
follower.
leaders as well, right? You really got to take classes, and you really got to go to a lot of socials,
A lot.
because you gain a lot of experience from dancing with different people and not just your classmate in class, but
Yeah.
you still have to go for classes. Because a lot of people, they will come up and say they pick up dancing from social dancing, right?
Yeah, especially bachata.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
But,
that's not enough. That's not enough. You actually build up a lot of bad habits by just go for social dancing, but you rarely take classes, or you just go to festival and you take that one-off workshop from famous artists or something. That doesn't work. So that's where the local schools are actually very, very important. You need to support your own local schools, because local schools actually gives you your fundamentals. Then when you're ready, and you go for international artists, you go for festival workshop. and
Yeah,
get
what do you think about
inspired.
this workshop anyway? I know you're teaching some, we are also teaching some, but I feel like me as a teacher, when I do this, we don't have time, to really spend on teaching something that
The fundamentals. Like,
fundamentals and all, and I think that people that go there, they are not there for that. So what's your take about those festival workshops?
No. Well, look. So I enjoy taking some of these. Like, okay, so there are vocabulary workshops, right? And there are like technique workshops. So I know a lot of people prefer to go for vocabulary workshops because you want to add to your repertoire.
Maybe 90%.
Right? Yeah. Most of it is that. But you see, like each of them have their own, how do you say, use. Correct, right? Like vocabulary workshops. They open up. Sometimes you open up new concepts, right? Sometimes I will see this move like, oh my god, I don't know you can do it that way. So for me, when I go for those classes, it's more of the concepts. It's not the move itself, but it's like, oh, I can do this differently. Yeah, and I guess for technique classes, it's a bit more boring. Technique's always boring because you're doing roads. Yeah. You're doing the same thing over and over again. But there's ways to dress it up, to make it more appealing to the masses, right? Like you could do like one thing that we like to do is use a move that people have already done before multiple times. A very common one, a sweetheart, and we apply a bit of a twist to it, and we explain the concept, a technique behind it that allows us to do this change. Yeah, and I think that will resonate better, like with the attendees.
So, vocabulary and technique workshop.
Correct.
Sometimes I feel like people who goes for festival workshop, there are certain artists where they will come up with fancy moves, but I think it's not trial and tested on social dance floor.
Yeah.
So certain move that they learn, oh, it's so fancy. Then the student will come up, show us the video, and say, oh, I want to learn this move. I was like, it's not 100% leadable. Yeah. So I think it's because the artist just trying to do something different.
Yeah,
so
just
for the sake of being
vocabulary,
something different. And
different.
obviously for us, when we look at it, it's not 100% leadable unless both of you went for the workshop.
Yeah,
and
or
then
you do
it's
it
like
on stage performance.
Yeah. Like they know what's coming, right? But otherwise.
Yeah. So for us, our workshop is like trial and tested by Nick. So he makes sure that he does this particular move like many times, and then it can be led to beginners or early intermediate. It works. It's possible before we teach it. Yeah. So.
Okay. All right. I think let's move on because I'm not sure how long you've been talking, but it's going to run out of time a bit. So let's talk about what you're doing now. You say NV official. Can you share about what you're doing? What's your mission, if I can call it like this?
The plan?
Yeah.
Okay, I can start first. Like, so.
Let's start with a little bit from the before first. Why do you create NV?
Oh wow. Okay.
It's a mission statement.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Mission statement. Okay.
Came up.
Damn. Okay. Wow. You guys. Okay. All right. So we worked together for 7 years already. 7 years already, right? And and we realized we've got a very common style to ourselves. Like we don't like doing regular bachata choreographies. Okay. Like okay. For example, there are choreographies that are very steeped in technique, very good technique, right? Amazing technique. You look at the thing, you think, okay, great stuff. But then it's not entertaining, right? Like you look at it and you're like, oh, I've seen this routine. Like the last 5 routines look exactly the same. Yeah, and then we realized, okay, let's do something that both has technique but it's also entertaining, right? And we realized, okay, yeah, this style works very well for us, and that's kind of how NV Dance Officials started. We wanted to bring that brand of entertaining, fun, but also leadable and dancey moves, style across the world. I guess. Yeah, that's so our mission statement. Man, I actually didn't think about our mission statement. What is our mission statement, Vivi?
Do we have one?
Do we have one?
Yeah,
Do we?
yeah. I think we just started.
we gotta cut this. We gotta be real this stuff. We gotta
Maybe
find one right now.
Don't use mission statement. Maybe like why you're doing what you're doing.
Actually, we started off because we really want to do something of our own style.
Yes.
So let's say if you belong to a studio, you cannot 100% do what you want to do, what you wish to do. So we have a lot of creative ideas. We have a lot of new things that we want to experiment with. So if we come out on our own, we're able to experiment it. Whether it's a success or a failure, we take 100% responsibility.
Yeah.
So that's the idea why we want to come out to create like NV Dance official.
Then just for those who didn't know, so you said you worked together for 7 years, choreography, right? You were like running a performance
performance
together.
team, yes.
Okay. So now it's like, is it purely performance NV, or you're also doing like a social dance class?
We do have classes.
Yeah,
we
have
do have
regular
classes
classes.
now.
So it's not performance only, right?
It's not performance only. Like we feel like, okay, so performance has its own base, right? Like what we teach at performance is very different from what you teach in class. The fundamentals more or less are the same technique, right? But for performance, we also teach lines, more techniques that are more steeped towards performing. You know, like how to walk.
We started off like when we want to have a performance team, right, of our own, and then experiment our choreography, whatnot. So the more people you train, the more you realize that they need to go back to their fundamentals. Yeah. So how do we do that? Instead of asking people to just train and perform, what you need to do, you learn your technique first. So that's why we start to open regular classes, like teaching beginner onwards. So we have the initiation classes, elevation classes, and so on and so forth. So by only training and start building dances from scratch and then level their dance skill up, then we could have a decent dancer who are able to, like, ready to perform.
Yeah.
So actually we're working backwards. So we started off with performance team. Then after that we see what we've got is not enough. Then we start to go back to fundamentals, back to beginners. Then also last year we were thinking like we need to contribute back to the dance community as well. I mean, we have been learning for so long, teaching for so long. So we want to really help dancers, inspiring dancers. You want to do well, and you are really interested and passionate about dancing. So you don't have to join our performance team, but if you really want another perspective on dance, like bachata, you can come to us and then we'll teach you. We always encourage our students to go to every school,
outside,
learn from everybody. So that's our goal.
So will it be like bachata only, or you like looking at maybe going back to salsa?
Just for just for NV, we're just focusing on bachata. But I know Vivi has been talking about doing salsa for the longest time, and
go back to my roots.
Yeah, she wants to go back to her roots, which
go back to
yeah, but yeah, that's.
So it's not impossible. I mean, it's
not impossible.
Yeah.
It is.
Never say no. Nothing is impossible.
Everything's on the table.
So we'll see how it goes.
NV salsa extreme.
Okay.
Because we all started with salsa, right? Salsa and then bachata.
Yes.
Then myself, we do zouk as well, right?
Yeah.
We do a lot of zouk as well. So now especially, they incorporate the zouk move into bachata, and everything comes like sort of blending pretty nicely.
So maybe let's good transition. Maybe we talk about this bachata zouk fever that's coming up. I see a lot of zouk class popping up everywhere.
No, look, I think it's great that it exposes dancers to another genre, which also has been referenced before actually. Like bachata zouk is not completely new, but it's really taking a hold because they're adding more concepts of zouk into bachata now. Your tilted turns. Like we really had cambrace before, right? Which also came from zouk, right?
Actually, last time, like even for Daniel Desiree, from last time they a long time ago they already have
it's
zouk
not new.
moves.
They're already using
new.
it.
So it's not a new thing. So right now it's just suddenly there's a big hoo-ha, like people putting zouk into bachata, but
they
have
put
been
a
doing
name
that
on
for
it.
long
I think
years.
it was Central Bachata to me was already incorporating a bit of zouk, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So-
Definitely.
But so how do you deal with those trends, and how do you keep your style like up to date?
No, we definitely had to adapt. Like we were like, okay, so it's important not to ignore current trends, right? So we do update ourselves with the latest moves and like the latest trends. Like, okay, no, tilted turns is in. Okay, let's figure out a way to do our style with tilted turns. I mean, bachata has survived this long because it's evolved.
Yeah.
Right. If we were just doing traditional bachata and it stopped evolving, like we wouldn't be here right now. right? So I'm glad that that all these new things are popping up, new trends are popping up, because it allows.
Actually, we're very lucky to be part of the evolution.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it's still changing. It will continue changing. So we should all be very worried if it just stay as it is. So now we're very happy, and then we are excited to see where all this will lead to.
Correct.
But for us, it's very important we keep our own style. It's not like whatever is in trend and then we will
just go. No.
Like suddenly Sensual, and we go Sensual, Then suddenly Zouk, and we go learn Zouk. Yeah, so we're always maintaining our style. We have elements of what is in trend
Correct.
right now.
Incorporated and
Yeah.
But we stay with our style.
Correct.
Yeah. So we also need to evolve, but not because what is popular, but what we think is suitable for our style.
So we are incorporating like new elements and then see how
New
they fit
elements
into your
at all time, yes.
correct.
interpretation
I would say
and what you like. Right?
whatever new is and popular right now is inspiring. So we always stay open-minded. We want to be constantly being inspired.
right.
So from there, we will also improve and we will try to keep up or stay ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I think we're gonna try to conclude here. But what's your plan now for the future, like short term?
Well, I just started my Man Shines team. We just had our first performance a few weeks back.
So it.
Vivi was
The
late.
the mother lovers. I
mother
will
lovers.
not. No, it's okay. It's okay. She'll get a private performance from the team. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Wait, what was this?
You say again. I'm not gonna say it.
You were late for the performance.
Oh,
You were late with
I
all
catch with the
the
last
NV
part.
girls.
She caught the clapping, so I guess she
I
did
guess
make
it's
it for
good.
the climax, right?
I guess it's good. I try not to watch what he's doing. Yeah. Try not to people try to show me, but no, don't show me.
Surprise.
Don't show me.
Yeah, surprise. Then the moment I got to the door and then they were like clapping, I was like, okay, it sounds like a good clap. It's not too bad.
So yeah. So yes. So we have the mother lovers now.
Mother lovers.
Yeah, it's a Man Shines team that actually Vivi has been asking me to do for ages. And
He keep putting it off.
I keep
It's
putting
like,
it off 'cause,
this year, next year.
the team
next
keeps
year.
keeps me very busy. But yeah, like I'm looking to bring this routine overseas as well. Like we are going to perform in Taiwan.
Okay, Taiwan.
Yes, and very likely Jeju.
What's festival in Taiwan?
Andaya.
Oh,
Okay,
Andaya.
shout out to Shelly. If you're watching, yes, we're bringing the mother lovers there. Okay, and likely Jeju as well. Okay, yeah. So this is something new. We haven't had a Man Shines team in a very long time, to be honest. So we will be opening up a new cycle for recruitment down the line for the Taiwan performance, and we also just started our new cycle of the Extreme Partner Work team.
So right now, MV Dance is like we have the Man Shines, we have the Lady Shines.
Yes.
So something changes a little bit. We didn't start the partner work immediately, so we are working on our own Man and Lady Shines team.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, recently, then we start the partner work. Therefore, you see the recruitment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So, but for the next few festival, we'll be bringing all our solo teams.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so this will be something new for us. It's
something
quite
new for
exciting.
us.
Yeah. Vivi's ladies team is strong. Like she's adding some new elements. So keep a lookout. She's adding some new elements in this upcoming choreo. So I'm very excited.
Yes. Also looking forward for a men's team because so far we don't really have a men's team, like a proper men's team, right?
In Singapore, yeah,
In
quite
Singapore.
it's quite rare. So yeah, it's exciting times ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming, guys.
Thanks for having us.
I think we're gonna end,
Yes, thank you.
Maybe we have more things to talk about. I think maybe we'll invite you again.
Please,
for
yes.
another one.
This
Another
Yes,
episode.
yes.
fun. Like
Night time, is
We
it
had-
okay?
we had, like,
didn't
a lot
realize
of-
1
we
hour has
actually
passed.
had a
Yeah.
lot more topics they
There's a lot of things to talk about, yeah?
Yeah.
Part 2 coming up, guys. Part 2 coming up. Yeah.